Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to our secret space where I talk about my self healing journey and what my realizations are. So, if you have watched my last video, you already know that I have been in that phase where I have realized and I have decided that I will not scan myself and I will not do any healing techniques just because I was tired of seeing myself as problem. I was tired of seeing myself as a broken piece that needs to heal, that's need to be healed all the time, that's need to be scanned all the time, right? So if you have watched that video, you already know this. So because of doing that, something huge I have realized which I really want to share with you. So when you grow up, so in childhood, even if you have normal childhood, when you grow up, when you come into the adulthood, the first thing you realize, the first thing I think everybody that realized in adulthood is that life is not fair. Life is not always what we want. Life is not comes what we have decided or what we have planned. Life doesn't go according to you. Life doesn't go according to us. People doesn't act according to us, right? That is the first thing I think we all have realized when we come to our adulthood. So even in that state and even in healing phase, the must thing which I have realized, so before telling that, I want to share my experience that when I stopped scanning myself and when I completely stopped doing all the healing techniques, what changed or what I have realized in me. So I grew up in an environment which is full of terror, which is full of fear. Like I remember that it's like almost every night before sleeping, I used to cry. I used to cry out of fear. I wanted to disappear. So it was every night case where I was either there were a fight or something like, life threatening threats that me and my family members being killed. So I grew up in that environment. So how it was affecting me, like even now when everything is stopped, there is no outer threats or there is no fear or no terror in my home right now. Even now, every night before sleep, my mind just wants to think about something horrible, that what if one of my family member, one of my loved one died, like extreme level, extreme negative thinking, you can say, the thinking that brings so much fear and so much terror out of me. So when I stopped doing all those healing techniques, I have realized that when I go to sleep, before sleeping, my mind just starts to become restless, just completely restless. And not restless in a good thing, good manner, not a positive thoughts, but it just to completely go into thinking of something very negative, very horrible. So and I have shared that how because of something happened in the past, it is now showing up. So in that scenario, I have realized that as soon as my mind starts to think negative, I starts to panic. Like, oh my god, after all these years of healing, all these years of healing, how can I think this much negative? How can I not able to stop my mind? And I starts to panic. So this is what everybody I think going through, that whenever our subconscious mind shows up, whenever our subconscious mind shows up in a way of a thoughts or our behavior, what we do, we starts to panic. Especially when you are in healing journey, you start to panic, like how can I think this way, how can I be so negative, how can I change this, right? So that panic, what is that? That is war with your subconscious, am I right? So in that state, I have realized that all I need is acceptance. Yes, you have heard me right. Sorry if my grammar is wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm still in my learning phase. So all you need is acceptance. Now, when I say that all you need is acceptance, what is first? What is the first thing that comes into your mind? Tell me. What is the first thing that comes into your mind when you think that I need to accept this, or I'm at this state where I have to go into the acceptance mode? What the first thing that comes into your mind? I'm assuming, or okay, let's not assume, but I'm sharing my experience with this. So the first thing that came into my mind is that how can I accept this? Like, how can I accept all this fear, all this terror, all these bad things that happen to me? How can I accept this? Am I right? So, what if I told you that acceptance is not really what you think? Because when I say that I'm willing to accept this, what am I trying to accept? Am I trying to accept that there is so much bad thing, there is so much bad experience that I have my inner child, my younger version, my younger self has gone through? Am I accepting that? Or am I accepting that all the fear and all the panic and all the terror my subconscious holds? So, in reality, when I say that please accept this, and that is the first step of healing, what does it really mean? It means that we are not here to accept the bad thing, that okay, it is okay, they are older than you, they are your family members, or they are your parents. We are not accepting any people, we are not accepting their behavior. Then what we are accepting? We are accepting. So okay, I'm giving you example that if at night my mind starts to become restless and starts to think about negative scenarios or starts to feel terror, in that situation, what is acceptance really means to me? That means I'm accepting that this terror, this fear is exist as a memory or as a data or as an energy into my subconscious. Are you understanding that I am accepting that it exists? So what can happen when I completely accept that it exists? The first thing that happened, that I stop, that the war between me and my subconscious has stopped. That's a huge thing. Because try to understand that when you are constantly fighting with your own self, with your own subconscious, because I think if you are watching this video, I'm assuming that you know so much about subconscious, and at least not so much about, but at least that your subconscious is what you have conditioned throughout your life, all the beliefs, all the experiences that you have into your childhood, that shapes your subconscious, right? So what am I doing if I'm not accepting that it exists within me? What am I doing? I'm fighting with it. So the first thing that happened, that the war between you and your subconscious stops when you accept the reality that yes, the memory, the energy, the data of that terror, of that fear still exists within my subconscious. So I'm not going to fight with that. And that is what acceptance is. I'm giving you another example. For example, that you are going through a tough time, and whatever your mind, for example, if I'm giving my example, that I'm not married, and at this age I'm not that much old, but still my friend starts to get married because this is the right time, right? And many of them have jobs, starts to prepare for new era of their life, and I am still there. I'm focusing on myself, I'm also preparing for an exam, but I don't have a job right now, and I don't have any boyfriend right now. So when I think, when my friends getting married, and when I see them, the first thing that comes into my mind is that, oh my god, I am like, I feel left behind. I starts to have that FOMO, fear of missing out, that I'm missing out so much. And I start to like, okay, now I need to rush up, I need to rush everything. And that, so what we can do in that situation, how acceptance can help me? So I'm not accepting that okay, it is okay to be here, I'm not giving myself that fake positivity that it is okay, but instead what am I doing as accepting this reality, that I'm accepting that I don't have my partner right now. I'm accepting that. I'm accepting also that my mind feels that fear of missing out. I'm accepting that also. So how that can help me? That can help me not to rush any decision of okay, just take this job because it is available, or starts to think about marriage. No, because I'm accepting the reality, I'm not fighting with it anymore, or I'm not judging it. So this also happens many times, that when your subconscious something tells you in a form of thought or in a form of behavior, you don't only starts to act on it, you starts to judge it. Like, how can I think of this, or how can I'm not judging myself, that how can I think of my future partner even when I am studying right now, how can I not focus on my career only? I'm not judging for my thoughts, I'm accepting it. So that is what acceptance is. So at the end I want to tell you that what if this is what all you need: acceptance. Accepting everything as it is. That doesn't mean that we don't act on it. Like if I'm accepting the reality, that doesn't mean I will not act on it. How? I'm still studying, I'm still preparing for my exam. And that, okay, so how can you do that? So this is what I have done, which I'm sharing. Just tell this thing that you are allowed to be here. What does that mean? That whenever that thought comes up, I'm not fighting with it. Like, how can I think of this way? How can I change this? No, I'm saying it that okay, you are allowed to be here, whatever it is. So even if at night something terrible or something horrible comes into my mind, instead of fighting with it, what I can say to it to accept it, I just simply say it that you are allowed to exist. That's it. You don't need to fight with it. Just say it that you are allowed to exist. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I really appreciate that you are watching this. And you can also try what I have said in this video, and comment down if any experience you want to share. And thank you. We will meet in our next video.